We're recording.
Good evening, everyone. This is Eric Nelson. I'm with the supporting the work of the Unitarian Universalist Community Church in Portage, and I offer this mindfulness program twice a month. First and third Tuesdays of each month. We'll be taking July off and probably August off as well. So we'll be on pause for a little while, but we'll have another session yet this month. And glad you could make it tonight. I thought I'd open with a short reading by Donna Faltz called Self-Observation Without Judgment. Release the harsh and pointed inner voice. It's just a throwback to the past and holds no truth about this moment. Let go of self-judgment, the old learned ways of beating yourself up for each imagined inadequacy. Allow the dialogue within the mind to grow friendlier and quiet. Shift out of inner criticism, and life suddenly looks very different. I can say this only because I make the choice 100 times a day to release the voice that refuses to acknowledge the real me. What's needed here isn't more prodding towards perfection, but intimacy, seeing clearly, and embracing what I see. Love, not judgment, sows the seeds of tranquility and change. So good evening. So why take a nice evening to come here and practice? You may be asking yourself that question, but maybe not. The world that we live in today, I think the opportunity to slow down and to kind of disconnect and let go of the always thinking mind and wrestling with our personal issues and the world's issues is probably needed more than any other time, because we're so inundated with information and ideas that it can become overwhelming at times. So cultivating this capacity to simply rest in the moment. Some of us may get that through exercise or reading or walking in nature or meditation. Maybe we have a hobby or something. Anything where we're really having a focused attention without a lot of mind wandering can be helpful in kind of bringing some rest to the mental and emotional body. So that's the offering tonight, is giving ourselves space and recognizing that this way of being, where we rest more in the present moment and spend less time reflecting on the past and planning for the future, can actually improve our quality of life quite a bit. And it's okay not to have everything figured out, because as we know, the best laid plans often, a good part of the time, don't quite land in the place that we think they will. So it's okay to kind of be a little more spontaneous perhaps in life. Not easy to do though, especially if we're type A. So just beginning now with some practice. And for the next half hour or so, I'll be providing some guidance and times of silence. And give yourself permission to let go of any burdens, any heaviness that might be in the mind right now. So just noticing those, anything that might be a distraction. There's something going on with yourself or in your relationships or with the world, and we can give ourselves permission for that to just kind of fall to the background. Is that okay? And then just setting the intention for this practice, just connecting to what what brings you to do this? And knowing that connecting to that's very important, especially for sustaining an ongoing practice. You've taken the time and energy to be here tonight. Maybe it's something worth cultivating daily, even if it's a 5-minute practice or a 10-minute practice or a half-hour practice, whatever it might be. And then just settling in now into the practice, just beginning by taking 5 slow, deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, and inviting the body to soften and relax on each out breath. And now this coming into awareness of the whole body, maybe noticing contact points like the feet or the sits bones or the back or the hands. Just becoming aware of the body. When I say aware of the body, we're just noticing sensations in the body. We just invite the body to soften, soothe, and rest. Just noticing any contraction or tension in the body and inviting those areas, maybe you're on the eyes or the jaw, the shoulders, the back, the hips, to soften, soothe, and rest. In the face, the neck, the chest, the abdomen, soften, soothe, and rest. Behind the shoulders, the arms and hands, soften, soothe, and rest. Behind the neck, the shoulders, the back, the hips, soften, soothe, and rest. Behind the hips, the thighs, the knees, calves, the shins, ankles, feet, toes, soften, soothe, and rest. Again, just bringing attention back into the whole of the body. Just resting the attention in the experience of the body. Just resting. narrowing the attention a bit to just being with the sensations in the upper body, the abdomen, the chest, the arms, the back, the head. Then narrowing the attention a bit more to just the experience of the breath in the upper body, the abdomen, the chest, shoulders rising and falling. And particularly noticing the beginning of the in-breath and that moment, that sensation of the out-breath, beginning of the out-breath. So we're noticing the sensation of the breath in the upper body. Now, if we want to narrow that again a little more, we can just notice the sensation of the breath in the abdomen or in the chest or at the nostrils or in the nose, in the nostrils. And we're just noticing the beginning of the breath. We're following the breath all the way to its end. Slight pause. That's the beginning of the out breath. Following all the way to the end. Be a slight transition or pause. In breath. So as best we can, we notice the moment by moment sensation of the breath in the abdomen, the chest, or the nose. It's lost in thought or is distracted. That moment of waking up, we celebrate that moment of remembering our intention to be with sensation of the breath. And then we gently bring the attention back. Follow the breath all the way in, all the way out through sensation of the belly, the chest, the nose. And each time a distraction arises and we forget the object of attention with the breath, we again just congratulate ourselves in the moment of remembering attention to be with the breath. And then we gently return attention back to the breath over and over again. With practice, this creates stability of attention. Mind wandering becomes shorter. Remembering becomes quicker. Balance and stability of the mind increases with practice. Stay with the breath. If I disappear here at some point, my battery says I'm getting low on my computer. I may have to switch to my phone. So bear with me if I lose you. So continuing to be with the breath. Breath.
Eric, you're muted, I think.
Is that better?
You are now unmuted, yes.
So just noticing the body now, shifting from the breath awareness. And if there's any areas of the body that feel tight or contracted, just inviting those areas to soften, soothe, and relax. And coming back to the breath again in either the chest, the belly, the nose. Following the breath all the way in and all the way out. And that just noticing, we might call it the four parts of the breath. So we notice the inhale as it begins and as it continues to the end. And in the second part, there's a pause. And then the third part is the beginning of the exhale. It's a beginning, it endures for a while and then ends. And then the fourth part is another pause. So inhale is one, pause is two, exhale is three, pause is four. You don't have to count, but these are the four parts. Just being aware of those so that there's a little more intensity of stability in the attention. If this is a little too much, just pay attention to the in-breath and the out-breath. It's a deep invitation for the mind and the body to rest. Just resting in the sensation of the breath. Just inviting the body to soften, soothe, and relax as we continue to just follow the sensation of the breath, wherever it's easiest for you to do that, and whether it be the abdomen, the chest, or the nose. And now shifting back to this being aware of the whole of the body. So this is a generalized awareness of the body and resting attention in the body as sensations come and go. Just resting in awareness of the body. Nothing in particular to do. There's no place to go, no problems to solve in this moment. Just resting in the experience of body sensations. Again, just pausing for a moment, inviting the body to soften, soothe, and relax, noticing any areas of tension or contraction. Breathing through those areas with the invitation to soften, soothe, and relax. The eyes, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the hands soften, soothe, and rest. And then just bringing the attention when you're ready back to the whole body, being with sensations as they come and go. There's nothing particular to do but to just be awake and aware of experience in the body. Just resting. Mind wanders. That moment of waking up, we congratulate ourselves, and then let's bring the attention back to the experience of sensation in the body.
And just coming back to the breath now, feeling the breath in the abdomen as the abdominal wall rises and falls. And just be with that sensation in the abdomen of the breath coming and going. We'll shift into the loving kindness practice, and we'll begin by just kind of connecting to joy. And if you'd like this, bringing into your mind's eye memory, an image of someplace in nature where you feel comfortable and safe, surrounded by a beautiful setting. Might be in your backyard, or it was on a swing when you were a child and the playground, or maybe on a trip somewhere, a lake or ocean, river, mountains, wherever it might be. And just beginning by bringing that image into your awareness. And we'll first examine, just notice the details of this image through our visual experience, noticing colors and textures and patterns of this space, this place in nature. And as you recall this image, any connection of joy or beauty that you feel, just breathe that into the body, into the heart. And just feel the upliftment and the support of nature, this beauty of nature coming into your mind, into your heart, into your body. Some light and shadow, color and texture. And noticing sounds in this place, this space. And if the sounds are gentle and soothing, just inviting the joy of those sounds into the heart. And with this energy, this connection with nature and the heart, we'll begin with a short practice of loving kindness. And we'll begin by extending kindness towards ourselves. And I'll just repeat a few phrases that you can just kind of notice and take in. May I be happy, joyful in this moment. May I be happy and joyful in this moment. May I be healthy in mind, healthy in body, healthy in spirit. May I know inner peace. May I know peace in all my relationships. May I know peace in all my relationships. May I extend kindness into all my relationships. May I extend compassion into all my relationships. May I be free from suffering and free from the causes of suffering. May I live with ease. May I live with ease. And then just extending this wish for loving kindness to all beings, extending this wish in front of us, behind us, above us, below us, to the left, to the right. And I'll tap the bell after each phrase. May all beings be happy and joyful. May all beings be healthy in mind, healthy in body, healthy in spirit. May all beings know inner peace. May all beings know peace in their relationships. May all beings be free from suffering and free from the causes of suffering. May all beings live with ease. Coming back to ourself. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be free from suffering. And just bringing attention back down into the belly now, feeling the abdomen rise and fall. Extending the attention down from the abdomen through the thighs, the knees, down into the feet, feeling that connection with the earth, giving gratitude for this Mother Earth, for this breath we take, the water we drink, the food we eat, which is given to us by this earth through all her systems, working together to sustain life. Give thanks. And just wiggling the toes and the fingers, taking a couple deep breaths. And I'll close with a reading from Donna Falls called The Summer Day. Or, I'm sorry, it's The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper. I mean the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who's moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Well, thank you all for coming and hanging in there through the technical difficulties with my computer dying. But I guess it worked, so that's all that matters. Are there any comments, questions before we depart? Well, thank you all for being here. And have a very lovely evening and the rest of your week. And any benefit that you may have touched in the practice tonight, just remembering that this is a quality of awareness that's available to us if we kind of take the time to bring attention to what is here always, this moment, and allow the busyness of the thoughts and emotions to soften and fade a bit, and allowing us to touch a deeper quality of being that is unconditioned by all of the chaos of the world and of our inner world. And we can come to a place of greater equanimity this time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.